देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्.
O Lord, purify me and make my heart worth stealing, a precious possession full of loving feeling. Take every good thought and take every action soaked in the sweetness of love and compassion. O Lord, purify me and make my heart worth stealing. Dear respected elders, brothers and sisters, and special guests, loving Sairam, welcome back. We have a special invitation from the Lord today to be here. My name is Jan DeSanti, blessed to be the MC for this afternoon, lifelong educator, Region 9 Devotion Coordinator, faculty of Institute of Sathya Education, USA. Welcome. I had a call in 2010 by a very special devotee, near and dear to the Lord. I was blessed by my 10-year-old student on the first day of school. She brought a picture of Baba, and she set it on my desk. And she said, "Mr. Santi, this is my God, and he wants to know you." Wow! What an invitation, and from the sweetness of a child, right? And today that invitation is extended to all of us who are near and dear to the Lord. He says those who are near and dear to him seek him with faith and love. And each of us have that opportunity to soak ourselves in that sweetness today. And with that, I want to share a quote with you also. Let us start at the beginning, where he separated himself from himself to love himself in the form of us in our heart. And in that letter, he gives us an invitation. He says, "Come one, come all. Let us not be ungrateful called. Let us faithfully serve him, sigh, and love him, love him, love him." That is what this afternoon is about. So as you can see, the Unity program overview that we have speaks of unity within. Inspiring guest speaker, Sonal Shah. Unity in society, moving musical skit by our beloved young adults. And then we will have a break just in time to reflect and refresh and come back for Unity of Faiths, a powerful panel discussion, Unity in SSIO, devotional sacred songs, and then rounding out our day with the Unity Divine Discourse from Sri Sathya Sai Baba. So it is my joy to introduce to you one who is very near and dear to the Lord as she seeks with faith and with love his presence every moment of every day. Lakshmi Vyakaran is the National Women's Coordinator for SSSIO-USA and a seasoned educator with over 20 years working with children on the autism spectrum. She's led initiatives in India and the USA, Balvika's alumna, and decorated academic athlete. She blends compassion, expertise, and devotion in all she does. She is one of Baba's bright, shining stars. Please welcome Lakshmi to the stage.
Good afternoon to one and all. Welcome once again to this segment, The Path of Unity. With utmost humility, gratitude, and love, I offer myself at the divine reverential lotus feet of our beloved omnipresent Lord, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to each and every one of you. Morning session was just so fabulous. During the flag ceremony, there was a young girl, about 4 or 5 years old. She was so keen and she was trying to edge forward. I offered her to come and sit with me. And as the ceremony was going on, she made a very nice observation. She turned to me and asked, why only a few people are clapping for each of the states? I said, probably because they live in that state or they belong to that state. I questioned her, which state do you belong? She said, America. So, we all have this concept of unity within us. So this session is going to just rekindle that concept and bring it to the surface as we go through this and how this plan of the segment of unity unfolds. And Mickey Power said, we need something like this to rekindle all those good, positive concepts within each one of us. All right, with that said, time for me to now introduce our keynote speaker, Sonal Shah. It's a joy, it's a privilege, it's an honor to introduce her because she has manifested this inner unity of thought, word, and deed through service. Sonal Shah is a lifelong public servant and community builder who currently serves as the CEO of the Texas Tribune. With more than 30 years of experience across the nonprofit, academic, government, and private sectors, Sonal has dedicated her career to advancing service, civic engagement, and social innovation. Born in India and raised in Houston, Texas, Sonal's commitment to service has shaped early through volunteering alongside her parents in local community programs. That foundation led her to co-found IndieCore in 2001 with her siblings, a nonprofit inspired by the Peace Corps model to support Indian diaspora youth in dedicating a year of service in India with the goal of returning home as change makers in their communities. Her leadership includes serving the interim executive vice president at United Way Worldwide, where she focused on strengthening community engagement and service infrastructure across the country. She was also the founding president of the Asian American Foundation, created to uplift and serve Asian American communities nationwide. In academia, Sonal established and led Georgetown University's Beck Center for Social Impact and Innovation, where she mentored the next generation of leaders committed to using data, policy, and innovation to serve the public good. In government, she served as the founding director of the White House Office of Social Innovation and Civic Participation under President Obama, where she championed national service, civic innovation, and public-private partnerships. A proud Houstonian, Sonal holds a BA in economics from the University of Chicago and a MA in economics from Duke. Her work continues to be grounded in the belief that service is the foundation of strong communities and transformative leadership. Join me in welcoming Sonal Shah.
Perfect. Good afternoon. Okay, is everyone awake? Yes. Okay. Because, it's hard after lunch to be the speaker because we all want to take a nap, including myself. First of all, I want to just find out who everybody is in this audience. So for those of you from the Northeast, those of you from the center of the country, those of you from the West, those of you from Texas. So we have to create our own, just to say, Texas thinks we are our own country, so I have to say that. Couple of more. Those of you over 60, over 50, over 40, under 40. Perfect. Thank you. It's always good to know who everybody in the audience is so we know a little bit about, I know just about that much about each of you now. But I want to first say thank you for having me. What an honor it is to be here. Saidam. There is no better place to come and to be able to be a speaker than to be in a place where someone says, love all, serve all. And while it seems like love all, serve all is a simple phrase to say, the hard part of it is actually the implementation on a regular basis. It's easy to go volunteer for a day. It's easy to go volunteer for a week. It's easy to give a year in service. But every day, sometimes you want to wring the neck of your coworker. Sometimes you're mad at your parents. Sometimes you're mad at your siblings. Sometimes you're just mad at society. And that's why the service aspect of this is so important, because it reminds us. So my biography says one thing. Let me tell you a little bit about myself, because it's important to what I want to say. I grew up in Houston. My parents were first-generation immigrants. I'm also a first-generation immigrant. I was 4 when I came to the United States. When they first moved to Houston in 1976, there were very few Indians. Believe it or not, there were very few Indians in Houston. You could find them in different parts of Houston, and if anybody's been in Houston, it's about a 70-mile span from one end to the other end, so it means you had to go find people when you were there. But what I learned from them is how to build community. They would see someone in a grocery store, they would see someone at the airport, they would see someone at an event, and they would go find that Indian and they would go create community with them. And they would ask people what they needed. And that community took care of each other. And for those of you that are second generation, the harder part to remember about our parents sometimes is they didn't have a family to call. There was no family to pick up the phone and say, hey, can I get help? It was the community that you create around you became your family. It could be at work. It could be at home. It could be your neighbors. It could be the Indian community. It could be the immigrant community. All of it became community. And there was no differentiation in that community because whenever you needed something, you called your neighbor. Whenever you wanted to borrow something, you called somebody down the street. Whenever you wanted something or needed help to build something or to cook something, people just came over. How many of you have cooked for over 50 people? Right? You just pick up the phone and call somebody and a bunch of people come and help you. That's community. It's family. It's service. At the deepest core, that is service. When someone calls you, you don't hesitate to say no. You say, how can I help? What can I do? How can I do it? We're always busy. I love the phrase, even I say it many times, how are you? Busy. That's not a statement, right? In some ways, it's like that's the statement that we are defining ourselves by, is busy. How are you should define us slightly differently. How are you? In this moment, in this time, in this minute, how do you feel? Where are you? Where are you in your life? Where are you today? How are you feeling? That purpose and that service to ourselves, many times, not to everybody else, is probably one of the most important things we sometimes don't talk enough about. We're asked about who we are, what's our job, what's our title, what do we do? But too often we're not asked about who we are. What do I care about? Who do I care about? What motivates me on a daily basis? What gets me up in the morning? Why do I do it? Why do I care about it? That is the service that matters. I know I have slides. I'm not going to use them, so whoever's doing them, please leave that. What my parents taught me and what I learned in going to, let me tell you, this was not always fun, right? They were cooking, we had to go cook. They were cleaning, we had to clean. They were building something, we had to be there. The option wasn't a no. The option wasn't, can we help? Can I help? The option was, you will help, and you will be there till the very end until it's over. Somebody came over to your house, you had to go talk to them. There was no option to go sit in your room. You had to serve. People came to visit, you had to go to the airport. And those small acts might seem small. Today we option out. Oh, I don't need to come. Do you need my help? But that option of not having an option was probably the most important thing that I learned. It wasn't an option. When someone came to visit you, it was an obligation to serve. When someone needed your help, someone needed a ride to the airport, somebody needed a ride from the airport, somebody needed a place to stay, somebody needed a home, it was an obligation. An obligation not as something that is, I have to do, but something we learn to do. That when we give of ourselves, we give to each other. We learn to accept who we are, because sometimes people don't care. Sometimes people don't respect that they stayed at your home. Sometimes people don't recognize it. But at the end of the day, it was never about them. It was really about us. Can we do it? Should we do it? Why we do it? And what I learned about myself in that time was that those set of values that our parents and our community and their friends taught us were exactly that. They were values. They weren't the things we did, they were the value of who we were. What kind of person did you want us to be? What kind of people are we? What Sathya Sai Baba taught is the ability to give without anything in return. That is a hard thing to do, to give without anything in return. So in 2001, my siblings and I started a nonprofit called IndieCore. The idea of it was many of us grew up in the United States. We don't always have a connection to India or to the homeland that many of you came from. Even though I was born there, I was 4. But to develop that connection isn't about visiting, isn't about weddings, it's not about the shopping, it's not about the sightseeing. It's how do we learn about ourselves through service? How do we go and do something that is not for us for 1 year, and do it without knowing what the return on that might actually be? But let me tell you, the biggest people who complained the most about that 1 year of service, they were not the young people. It was their parents. I used to get phone calls from every parent saying, "You're ruining my kid's life. They're going to India for 1 year. We came here for a reason." After a year, those same parents would call and say, "My child understands me better because they did 1 year of service." And what we learned in that 1 year of service is everybody that went that thought that you couldn't take a bus, you couldn't take a train, you couldn't take a rickshaw, you couldn't take a tonga, you couldn't walk, those kids, they did all of that without a cell phone, on 1,000 rupees a month, and they figured it out. So to all the parents, give your kids a lot more credit because they know how to do it. And when they are left to doing that by themselves, they figure out how to serve a community. But what they learned in those communities, I'll give you an example, I'll give you one story. We used to go to a slum in India, in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and the kids used to have to go with these rag pickers. For those of you that don't know rag pickers, they're young kids who go through the trash to pick up things that are that you can sell, things that you can recycle, things that you can pull out. And most of the kids would be afraid to go with them, most of the students that went from here. But the young kids would say to them, "Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid for us? This is what we do. This is how we do it." And those kids did it with joy. They didn't say, "You have so much more, therefore you can't do it." They didn't say, "Hey, you have so much more, don't come with us." They didn't even ask them to do anything. Those kids did it with joy. But those kids taught our students what service really meant. Service wasn't about going to serve them. Service was about doing the job that they had to do with a sense of purpose, with a sense of joy, and with a sense of their own community. When we went to villages to spend the night, and we would do treks through those villages, mostly all over the country, actually, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, in UP, we would go do these treks through these villages because you had to walk from village to village. Those communities that we went to, they would give us the food they had for 2 days to feed us. No questions asked. We would carry the food in for ourselves, but they would give up their food and they would feed us. They would give you the bangles off their hands. They would give you the clothing if you liked it. What you learn is that the poor know how to give. As we become richer, we become afraid to give. We're afraid to lose something. We're afraid that we might lose some money. We're afraid we might lose our hat. We're afraid to lose our favorite shirt. But those families, they were giving up the food that they had for their kids to serve people that came to visit them. Let that sit for a moment. It's not the rich that need to give. It's the rich that need to give, but we need to give with heart. The poor give. In the United States, the largest givers, donors, during biggest crises like what you saw in Kerr County recently with the flooding, they're the poor. A poor person will give $500 when they earn $25,000. A rich person will give $1,000 when they earn $300,000. The share of that dollar for somebody that earns $25,000 is a lot higher. $100 is a payment that goes to your family for food. But what we have the ability to do, and why I say service matters and why serving matters, is not so much of the service that we do, it's about what it means when we do it. What do we do for ourselves? How do we do it? With what heart are we doing it? When we give $1, don't worry about where it gets spent. Who cares? That poor person on the street that gets $1, they might buy a drink. They might buy food. They might do something else. Who cares? The fact is, we're not on the street. But for the grace of God, we are not on the street. But for the family we are born in, we get to benefit from everything that we had. I was lucky. My parents had an education in India. My parents earned enough to put me through school, to not have debt when I left college. Everything we have is temporary. Everything that we do is temporary. But what we have and the ability to do what we do is really thinking about doing it with the sense of humility. What's the humility by which we can do our job, that we can serve, that we can make a difference in someone else's life? It might not work. We might get it wrong. We might fail. But I would tell you, failure is not the issue. Not trying is a much harder problem. When we don't even try, who cares if we fail? I would rather we fail trying than not try and fail anyway. So we have an opportunity in today's time to actually really do something that makes a difference around us. Today is a really hard moment, right? We talk about polarization, we talk about all of these things, we talk about difference. I'll argue the thing we don't talk about enough is our commonality. How common we actually are. How much we have in common with each other. You're a mother, you're a father, you have a family, you have children, you have cousins, you have nieces, you live in a community. There is so much more binding us together than dividing us. But all we can talk about is our differences. Which part of India did you come from? Which part of the United States did you come from? That young woman, that young child that said, I came from the United States, that's the answer. We're all from somewhere, it doesn't matter. We're all from places, it doesn't matter. What binds us together and what matters is the things we can do together, the things we can make together, the things that we can serve together, the things that we can create together, the ideas that we have, that binds all of us. There is no difference in that. For all of you that are young, the world around you will tell you how much you're different. Don't bother. You have much to teach us. I think this next generation has way more to teach us than we can teach them. They don't see difference, they see commonality. All these tools and technologies that we all like to complain about, that they create difference, they also create unity. It's how we use those tools, not what the tools are doing to us. It's how we might work together that might make that difference. So let me just say, I want to end with, service is a part of who we are. It is not a thing we do, It is what we do every day. I work as a CEO of a news organization called the Texas Tribune. This week, we've spent all of our time writing stories about the floods in Texas. But that's a service. It might be my job, but at the end of the day, it's a service. It's a service to those families whose stories need to be told. It's a service to the community for them to know what actually happened. It's a service to anyone that wants to go camp there, go to a park, go sit somewhere to say, what do you need to pay attention to? Our jobs are also service. It's not just when we go somewhere, it's when we do our job. How do we treat our employees? How do we treat our coworkers? How do we treat our board of directors? How do we treat people is also service. So I want to say service is everything. Service is not just the one time we go serve somebody. We are always serving somebody. And it really is about our souls. At the end of the day, service isn't the great thing that we did, therefore we feel better about ourselves. What we're feeding is our soul. When we do service, we remember who we are as people. We remember why we exist on this earth. We remember the purpose by which we are here in this country, in this planet, to do something that is not about us, but the service that we do to each other will, at the end of the day, define all of us. So don't make service a when you do thing. Make it an everyday part of your life. Don't go out of your way. Just do it. Whether it's helping someone cross the street, whether it's helping your neighbor pick up something, whether it's fixing something in your house, it's a service. Just make it a joy. The one thing I want to leave you with is the greatest gift we have to give is time and attention. The only thing everybody wants of you is time and attention. Your children want your time, your parents want your time, your community wants your time, they want your attention. So don't give it away so easily. Pay attention when you're doing the thing you're doing. Do it with the service and the joy that which you're doing it, because time is the most precious thing we have. It's the thing sometimes we don't pay attention to. When we're young, we think we have all the time in the world. When we get older, we wish time were standing still. And as we get even older, we're wishing we had done all those things given that time. So while you have the time, don't give it up. Give it in the best way possible to serve yourself, to serve society, and to serve our community, because there's nothing greater than the unity that we have with ourselves. Once we find it within ourselves, we're going to find it with society. But that time is the most precious thing, and if there's anything I can tell you, don't give up that time, because whatever you give to, do it with purpose. Whatever you do, do with purpose. And there is no better organization that is already doing that. So I want to just tell you thank you. Sairam.
What a meaningful talk. Let's give her another round of applause. So many golden nuggets that she gave us. That community is about being one, the oneness, where we are in loving service all the time. And it's not out of obligation. You have to do it. It's out of the obligation that we must be in community. And the poor know how to give. There's a scripture that says, the meek shall inherit the earth. And that's what it's talking about. She talks about our precious treasure of time and not to give it away so easily. That's good to hold in our heart. You know, Baba says, time waste is life waste. So we need to hold that close to us. Think about our commonalities, how much we have in common, the beauty and the love that we share for the Lord, for life, for service, for one another, that He came so gracefully to show us how to live and to honor one another in that oneness. Baba says to hold oneness in our hearts on the altar like a flower and to share the fragrance. So think about that. He also refers to us as smiling flowers and twinkling stars. To this day, I cannot see a flower without thinking about their smile, how they wave in the wind, or the way stars twinkle. That's the way the Lord sees us, and He's calling us to see ourselves in this way, in the oneness of love, which is why we are here. And with that, I would like to invite everyone to get your hearts ready, your toe tapping ready, and your musical prowess ready to be in tune with our young adults. They are going to bring us a vibrant musical skit and beyond on unity in society. Sairam.
Side arm, side arm.
Side arm, side arm.
This side arm.
Check. 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 Check.
Side arm, side arm.
Side arm.
Side arm. Side arm.
Side arm. Side arm.
Swami is giving us many opportunities for Namasmarna today with mic checks.
Check. Check.
Side arm.
Side arm.
Sarah, I think we still need to get the viola mic on.
The mic is still not on.
The viola mic is still turned off.
It's not audible, though. We can't hear it.
It's not in the monitor. It's not in the monitor. It's not in the monitor. We can't hear it. Yeah.
Play, play, play.
Tap the mic. Tap the mic.
Yeah. It should be. Let me just. Can you do your Keynote? Just close it up. I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all. We have one message for you. Love all, serve all. 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 I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all. Sairam, Sairam. Spread your words in our hearts. Sairam, Sairam.
significant issues prevalent in our society is the lack of unity. A unified society allows for the resolution of conflicts, the promotion of social justice, and the achievement of common goals. Unity encourages empathy and understanding, enabling people to support one another during challenging times and celebrate shared successes. But how do we develop unity in a society filled with jealousy, mistrust, cynicism, and selfishness? Sathya Sai Baba, lovingly referred to as Swami, has equipped us with 4 powerful tools to help us in this journey: Maitri, or friendship; Karuna, or compassion; Mudita, or appreciative joy; and Upeksha, or equanimity. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this upcoming presentation filled with both music and drama. Envy within a society can significantly undermine unity by developing division and distrust. Envy may cause people to view others' successes not as inspirations, but as threats to their own standing. Appreciative joy, or mudita, is the ability to find delight in the successes and happiness of others. When people celebrate the achievements of their neighbors, colleagues, and even strangers, it cultivates an environment of collective positivity and shared prosperity. Here is a tale of 2 friends grappling with ways of fate and navigating their friendship through it all. Arya and Kiran were inseparable. They attended high school together, played pickleball together, were roommates in college, took the MCAT together, graduated with the same degree, and even volunteered at the same hospital during their gap year after college. These 2 were a pair like no other. Like 2 peas in a pod, 2 cherries on a stem, and 2 socks in a drawer. At the end of their senior year, both friends made the inevitable decision to apply to med school. They edited each other's essays and prepped for interviews, both having the same dream of becoming doctors. The application process was rigorous, but they stood by each other through it all. A couple of months go by, and it was finally time to hear back from the schools.
We've got mail.
Wait, like mail?
We'll see.
Credit card statement.
Domino's coupon eviction notice. Ooh, this one is addressed to you from UCSF.
San Francisco? Really? Okay, wait, let's finish looking before we open them. Utilities, magazine, trash, and...
That's it? Open it.
We are so excited to... I got in! I got into med school! We did it! We finally did it!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to go tell my parents.
This can't be. We studied together, prepared together. I read through his essays. I even helped him when he was struggling in chem. Okay, there's still time. I just need to be patient. Another school will surely reach out soon.
But no school ever did. You see, despite all their efforts, only Kiran got into med school, and Arya was left behind. A whirlwind of emotions overcame him. Grief, sadness, denial, and finally, a resentful acceptance where only a jealous and bitter person remained. A few days later, Kiran asks Arya to join him to go grocery shopping, to which Arya reluctantly agrees. As they're walking out of the store, Kiran noticed Arya is visibly upset.
Man, look at all this bread. I'm gonna need some of that for med school, am I right?
Yeah, you'll need it.
Come on, that's not fair.
Easy for you to say.
This was such a competitive pool of applicants. Acceptance rates were lower than ever this year.
Yeah, but you still got in.
But,
Just let it go, man.
well, you could always apply next cycle.
What?
Yeah. Your application will be even stronger. I'll help you.
You'll help me? Like you're gonna have time to help me when you're all busy studying for your step ones.
I was just trying to...
No. You don't get to just sit here and act like it's all gonna be okay. This was our dream, and we worked equally hard for it. We studied together. We did everything together. You cried on my shoulder when you did bad on your bio exam, yet I have nothing to show for it. And what? Now I'm just supposed to sit here and watch you live our dream? No, no, no. You don't get to tell me what to do. Just take your bread.
After leaving the grocery store, Arya goes home, an emotional wreck. Spiraling, Arya decides to go on a run, contemplating his behavior toward Kieran.
Is being resentful over med school acceptance worth our friendship?
Realizing his mistake, Arya immediately texts Kieran to meet up.
Hey, are you doing okay?
I'm so sorry, man. I was way out of line for saying all those things to you. I mean, you're gonna be off doing things that I wish we were doing together. But I realize now that being envious of you isn't worth ruining our friendship. I was so caught up in my own insecurities that I couldn't find it in myself to feel happy for you. But I should know, more than anyone, how hard you've worked for this. And even though I haven't done a great job of showing it, I couldn't be more proud of you.
Swami gently reminds us that mudita means freedom from envy and feeling happy over the better fortunes of others. This quality of appreciative joy is the happiness felt for another person's success rather than feeling threatened or envious. Cultivating appreciative joy is essential to any society because it can shift our focus from personal insecurities to shared human happiness.
You're beautiful, and no one could ever tell you what you're worth. You're glorious, your kingdom awaits its royal at its throne. You're flying high, you'll touch the clouds, but you may fall back down. But in my heart, just know that your worst is still enough. I'll take my place in a crowd of ordinary people. You'll find my name in the walls of the great cathedral. As I pray for a new peace, I'll watch from afar as you find out who you are. You'll find your place in the sky full of beautiful stars. Oh, 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 oh.
while mudita focuses on those who are more fortunate than us, karuna, or compassion, is the ability to empathize with and alleviate the suffering of others. Acts of kindness and genuine concern can transform relationships, creating a sense of mutual care and responsibility. This shared understanding helps reduce isolation and builds a more harmonious and resilient society. Let us hear this powerful testimonial as a witness to compassion.
January 15, 2025, a cold, frigid morning greets our patients at the Community Health Center on the south side of Chicago. The waiting area slowly fills, not just with symptoms, but with stories shaped by poverty, community violence, and the quiet strain of daily survival. You can feel it in the tired eyes, in the silence between the coughs, and it shows up in ways medicine cannot always name it. Uncontrolled blood pressure, fatigue, anxiety, depression, a landscape I've come to know far too well for the past 12 years as their primary care doc. In places like these where resources are stretched and social determinants of health are stacked up against them, innovation isn't a bonus, it's a necessity to practice. You adapt, you learn to listen differently, and you meet people in spaces where medicine alone falls short. That morning found every slot was filled up, each appointment a layered story, just 15 minutes long, never enough. And I saw Miss T pop up on my schedule, a name I knew so well, a patient at the age of 40, not just losing her vision, but her spirit. One eye was already gone, and the other was slowly slipping away. Her world, once vibrant, was truly dimming. Her pain was obviously emotional, existential. She feared becoming a burden more than losing her sight, I think. And that day she finally whispered, "Dr. G, I just don't see the point of my existing anymore." I sat with her in silence. There was no solutions that I could foresee at the moment, but we made space for her grief, her fear, her voice. And slowly within I thought, what lifeline might the universe throw us now? Unbeknownst to me, Mr. SB had been scheduled 3 patients later. A longtime patient of mine who had lost his vision just before the pandemic at the age of 50. And he walked in with warmth, purpose, and light. He was a professional DJ, a traveler, and a teacher. And he had walked the path that Miss T was just starting now. And I knew he was the perfect lifeline the universe could offer. I asked him, "Hey, would you mind talking to someone?" He didn't hesitate at all. He said, "Of course, Dr. G," even without knowing what I was really asking him for. That afternoon, we made a 3-way call. And what followed wasn't just a conversation, but a heart-to-heart, snippets of which are shared here, with their permission, of course.
I went blind at age 50.
Okay.
But, you know, it's just like, it's very fearful. But you gotta try not to fear. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure, do you have any kids?
Yes, I do. They're grown.
They're grown? Yes. So, for me, like now, I'm at a stage, I cook for myself, I'm around the house doing things. I try to take care of as many things as I can for myself. And just because you're blind don't mean that you stop functioning.
Right.
No, God built us way better than that. You got all your other senses. You know what I mean?
So much, yes.
Yeah.
She listened, not with resistance, but with quiet curiosity. She asked him how he managed at the end. He said simply, "I just learned to walk at my own pace, Miss T." You see, it wasn't an answer. It was a permission to move forward in her own way, on her own terms. Something shifted. It was palpable. He wasn't trying to fix her. He just simply stood beside her like a street lamp, still steady, quietly casting light and asking nothing in return. That call over 15 minutes offered practical advice, quiet encouragement, and a kind of compassion that felt both human and holy. I was grateful to be there not just as their doctor, but as a witness to something quietly profound. a moment of shared light and a reminder of what healing can look like when it's rooted in presence, not prescriptions. 5 weeks later, they both had appointments, divine happenstance perhaps, on the same day. What I hadn't known was that they had stayed in touch. He had shown her simple tools like color readers, accessible apps, money counters, taught her how to adapt by touch and move with quiet confidence. That day, she walked in carrying that white cane she had once been too ashamed to hold. I brought them face to face because they had never met, you see. There was no fanfare, just a handshake, not one between a giver and a receiver, but 2 souls in a shared light. He didn't have to help her. There was no reward, no recognition, but he did it anyway, not out of obligation, but seemed fully out of compassion. Be like a street lamp expecting nothing, yet offering light to all who pass by, says Swami. Sometimes that's all it takes, one quiet light, offered freely, helping someone else find their way through the dark.
A society rooted in compassion fosters trust, promotes collaboration, and ensures that all members feel valued and cared for, ultimately strengthening community bonds. And that is why karuna and compassion become a necessary part of any society.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll dry them all. I'm on your side. When times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I'll comfort you. I'll take your part. Ooh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down.
a judgmental attitude, pervasive negativity, and widespread paranoia can deeply damage societal unity. They erode trust and fuel an us versus them mindset. But OPEX offers another way, a path of stillness amidst the storm. It encourages understanding, bridges divides, and creates space for open dialogue and genuine respect. But how do we overcome negativity and paranoia and still come together as one society? Well, let's find out.
Welcome to Hyper Hour, where truth travels faster than the speed of light, only on Samion Network. Tonight's top story. It's been 2 years since the Blupians, refugees from a collapsing planet, arrived unexpectedly on Samion. They claim toxic air made their homeworld uninhabitable, though some on our council, including Her Highness's advisor, question their story. Still, in a bold act of compassion, Her Highness welcomed them, staying true to the path of OPEX. Now, the Blupians are leading efforts to mine Samiite, a powerful mineral buried deep within our soil. Supporters call it a clean energy revolution. Critics warn it's an environmental disaster in the making. Let's hear from both sides.
Our current energy sources are depleting fast. Samiite is the way to go, and it is far more efficient. We need this.
At the cost of our Samian environment and our miners' health? The emissions? Ecosystem collapse?
From an economic standpoint, Samiite is a game changer. One blob powers 5 times more homes. And it's affordable too.
Hold on. Meteoric update from Samion. We'll be tuning in to the Celestac assembly where things have reached a boiling point among the assemblers.
Your Greatness, Samite mining could power Samion for generations. High-paying jobs, affordable energy, and a solution to our growing crisis. This is our future.
At the same time, we have a duty to protect our people and our planet. I've tabled the horrifying realities, the emissions, the human toll. I motion to ban Samiite mining now.
That's unfair to the Labonauts and miners who sacrificed everything. Their work will benefit all of Samion.
Your Greatness, a word in private? Your Highness, you've seen the core feed, the data, the warnings. This isn't progress. It's déjà vu. 2 years ago, I warned you. These Blupians might just do to Samion what they did to their own planet. They're driven by greed. If we allow this, we're sealing our fate.
I hear your concern. I don't know if the Blupians will destroy our land. All I know is, I must decide soon, or there may be no planet left to save.
Well, Your Highness, if your advisor had your ear, it's only fair I speak too, in private.
By all means, shall we?
Without Samite, we face an energy catastrophe. We have an environmental safety committee in place. Our miners are informed of the risks, and the Crater Core Corp provides complete medical coverage. The fear-mongering from your advisor undermines real progress. All this effort and sacrifice will lead to a golden age for Samion.
Dear friend, I hear your vision and see the potential. There are legitimate concerns on both sides. All I know is, I have an important decision to make, and soon. Thank you for your advice. Let's reconvene after a short break. I will convey my decision. Assemblers, I have listened to all sides. Samiite could be our energy solution, but current practices may violate our environmental and humanitarian values. So, here's the path forward. Mining will continue, only after a full review by an independent safety committee under my supervision. If they recommend changes, such as lower emissions, guaranteed worker safety, they must be implemented. We remain committed to aligning all our actions with our core principles.
Good morning, Unity City! We bring you live coverage from the Celestac Assembly, where the independent committee commissioned by the Highness herself has officially approved Samiite mining, now with major safety reforms and strict new protocols in place. In a historic moment of unity, the community has also pledged to reduce energy consumption, promising to protect our planet's future.
You did it, my friend. Samion's future is secure, and your people remember why they chose you.
Your Highness, you're a leader who sees the path ahead without losing sight of the values beneath it.
Thank you both.
But I have to ask, how? Amidst all the chaos, criticism, even my own doubts, how did you stay so steady?
Same here. I was overwhelmed, resentful, frustrated. My board was furious when we had to stall. Honestly, I couldn't even think straight. And yet, you stayed calm through it all. I now see the wisdom in your decision. Even at this moment, you're unaffected by all this praise. How?
There was a moment when fear and frustration almost clouded my judgment, especially when both of you warned me what was at stake if I listened to the other. But then I remembered the path of OPEX, as taught by the Wise One. Let it be. Just let it be. Let not the mind rush to judge. Resist the pull of fear and negativity. This is OPEX, the calm strength to remain steady in the storm, rooted in timeless values. When you lead with stillness, even the loudest chaos must find its place.
Ah, OPEX. Did you know that OPEX is a Samian word, but its roots lie in upeksha, a Sanskrit term meaning calm, non-reaction to negativity.
It's about staying grounded in truth and values, unswayed by praise or blame, joy or sorrow, success or loss. This equanimity that results from upeksha is always accessible to anyone. It is a powerful way to live, no matter what planet you're from.
rising above our differences and understanding other perspectives can cultivate friendship. Friendship, in its purest form, fosters genuine connections, mutual support, and a sense of belonging. When people can rely on one another, share vulnerabilities, and celebrate success together, the foundation of a harmonious society is strengthened. So let's take a second and reflect. What brought us here? Is there a force that binds us all, connecting our hearts and souls? How do our shared emotions and experiences shape our intertwined destiny?
The thread that binds all. What brought you here? What brought me here? What brought us here? Was it chance or something deeper? A thread unseen, a quiet keeper, winding softly from heart to heart, miles and moments, worlds apart. Binding strangers, weaving friends, where voice begins and our sorrow ends, hands that serve and souls that care, unity whispered everywhere. Swami reminds us love is the air. In every silence he is there. They say we stand alone, apart, but no, he says I am your echo's start, and you the mirror shining true, 1,000 reflections, old and new. Friendship, it's not mere chance nor accident's grace, but born where truth finds sacred space, where thought and word and deed combine one single thread, both yours and mine. Like Swami, moving through space unseen, friendship walks quiet, steady, and serene. When body and mind, soul align, your hand lifts gently into mine, your ear bends close to hear my song, your heart beats firm where I belong, and your soul whispers soft and clear, I see you, friend, and I hold you near. I knew this friendship long ago, in childhood's game and youthful glow. Will you play with me? We'd ask with glee, no walls of fear, no need to flee. Later, in halls where lessons grew, friendship asked, can I trust you? Will you walk beside me, stay, when storms of life chase joy away? And now, as service calls our name, friendship whispers just the same. Will you lift others when they fall? Will you rise in love and embrace them all? Swami's path was never small. He walked with grace and served us all. And in all these forms, so pure, so wide, child, youth, elder, by his side, friendship breaks the walls of mind, leaving fear and doubt behind. Walls of race, of creed, of face, of words unspoken, all erase. When eyes meet gently, true and free, when heart beats close in unity, when souls awaken strong and wise, to see no stranger in disguise. Swami once said, and I believe it's true, that we are the light that sees life through. A child plants, a mother guides, a youth returns where love abides, an elder leans in, eyes bright with grace, a sacred bond begins to trace. And when service grows from moments like these, from time, from care, from planting peace, it blooms, shared, simple, real. More than thought, it's what we feel. Not perfect, never meant to be, but offered like a shade from a tree, in the smile at a nursing home bed, in the soup gently served or a prayer softly said. It doesn't ask your past or name, it simply shows we love the same, it just holds. Long enough for trees to grow, long enough for hearts to know, long enough to remind each soul that this, all of this, may be the way we make the world whole. So let this be the thread we spin, one thought of truth, pure light within, one word of kindness, clear and strong, one deed of service, right, not wrong. And in that unity, behold, no stranger left outside the fold, no hand unheld, no voice unheard, no dream denied, no prayer deferred. Swami showed that love's not done until we know that we are one. We are not many, not apart, but one great breath, one mighty heart. And that is the power of friendship. Thank you. 'Cause 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 'cause
inside it. You'll learn to heal like no pill could ever do. If you can walk with real compassion, the love will heal you too. So if your breath feels too heavy, I can give you life, 'cause love heals. If life has made you overwhelmed, I can see it through, 'cause love heals. Maybe it's not things that you can see that will heal the wounds that you keep inside of you. Maybe it's the things we push aside, like human touch and kindness. Even if you're different from me, you can take my hand, 'cause love heals. And if you feel like it's the end, give yourself some faith that love heals. Open your heart to what you know is true, 'cause love will heal you too.
In shared laughter, hearts align. Friendship is the melody of joy, truly divine. Through gentle calm, our spirits blend. Compassion is the light without an end. In appreciative joy, the calm we find, a gentle peace for heart and mind. With equanimity and empathy's grace, a mirrored soul we see in every face. Each soul a thread, in vibrant hue, we weave a tapestry, strong and true. In unity's embrace, we stand as one, his guiding love shining like the glorious sun.
I only have one message
for you. Love all, serve all. I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all. 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 I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all. I only have one message for you. Love all, serve all. Saidam, Saidam, spread your works in our hearts. Saidam, Saidam, spread your works in our hearts. In our hearts, a light will spark. Message of hope, message of love. In our hearts, a Sathya. Wow, wow, wow. The message of the day, the year in our lives is love all, serve all. And Swami says, make your whole life a song and sing it. And these young adults certainly showed us how to do that, right? Sai Ram, we are so grateful for you. So as we go into the break, I would like to remind everyone what a special few afternoon events we have too. So could you show the next slide? Thank you. So there's a few things that we celebrate in our history. The world awakens to his voice and word. Next slide. So Charles Penn received an invitation in 1968 to Bombay, the first world conference there. And our beloved Lord wrote him a personal invitation, which is what we all receive today. In this personal invitation, he spoke about those who are near and dear to him being invited. And that is what we are as well. And we were invited here today. That first world conference, he said, was representative of all the Sai family coming together under the roof of love. Can you feel that love? Yes. And he calls himself the concrete, visible presence. Just take that in. And that's who he is to us today and forevermore. So that was an invitation as we received this invitation. The next slide talks about his new voice being heard on a new LP, where there was an invitation during birthday celebrations in 1968. And Indra Devi and Richard Bach received Swami's permission to record his voice. Can you imagine, for the first time, the world got to hear Baba's, our Lord's, sweet voice in singing bhajans. And the USA served as a focal point to disseminate his message to the international community. And this led to the next event, which is the Sathya Sai Baba Book Center of America, a gift of love, where in 1968, Walter and Elsie Cohen, they traveled all the way to Prashanti with a desire in their hearts to make Sri Sathya Sai Baba's teachings accessible to the growing number of devotees in the United States. And he blessed them. Of course he's going to bless them. They wanted to spread his message and make it known. During a personal meeting with him, they expressed their desire to publish and distribute Sai literature through a dedicated book center in America. Here in America, our home, the unity of who we are. And he approved that and blessed us with this bookstore which is thriving today. I know that many of us can say the book that they first read or were given that ignited that passion and love for Baba. It introduced him to us. So through music, that universal message, and through his voice, reading the stories that keep us common and in unity, the commonality that we have. We were blessed here in America, our country, by the Lord, to share his love, his teachings,
and to continue to share that from our hearts. And with that, we go into our break, but don't get too settled in, because we have Inspiring Unity of Faith panel coming up. Moving musical, sacred songs, and a divine discourse from our Baba. So take 15 minutes and please be back here to really get going and be inspired by unity of faiths. Sai Ram. Ernie Duff is Vice President of Region 9, Southwest SSIO-USA, and a dedicated interfaith advocate. A veteran-ordained minister and psychologist, he brings decades of leadership in nonprofit, government, and spiritual spheres. He is committed to unity in diversity and finds deep meaning through service and spiritual dialogue. Please welcome Brother Ernie. Sathya Mateshwaran is a first-year medical student at Rush Medical College. She is the Region 4 Young Adult Female Coordinator. Raised in a Sai family, she actively supports Group 4 SSE and participates in global young adult initiatives. She blends her passion for service with her academic journey in medicine. Please welcome Sadhana. Niranjan Hanumana is the chair of the Richardson Interfaith Alliance and an active community leader. He has served in various roles, including vice president of the Sathya Sai Center of Dallas and member of multiple civic boards. A professional engineer, Niranjan brings passion for service, interfaith harmony, and community well-being. Please welcome Brother Niranjan. And last but not least, Swami Select Multi-Faith Panel Facilitator, Reverend Cassandra Butler. Reverend Dr. Cassandra Butler is a spiritual healer, an educator, and retired federal executive. A licensed minister and health coach, she integrates theosophy, Reiki, and meditation in her healing practices. Her 40-plus years of service reflect her mission to uplift mind, body, and spirit through interfaith, wisdom, and loving service. Please welcome Reverend Cassandra Butler. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, and thank you for your indulgence. I was enjoying the view. If you look to your left and you look to the right, we see the face of God. So do that. Enjoy the view. And thank you, Jan, for those kind introductions. Greetings and good afternoon and welcome to the Unity of Faith panel. Again, I am Reverend Dr. Cassandra Butler, for this glorious panel, the facilitator, and I'd like to start with the format. We have 4 panel members. Each will be read a quote by Sathya Sai Baba with the theme of Unity of Faith, and will be asked to comment, provide comments, insights, experiences, and any other pertinent information in relation to the quote. And with that, unity of faith is a great topic. It's an age-old topic, and our intention is to inspire, activate, and motivate, and maybe even present a little different perspective or outlook on this age-old topic. So the same truth that's been presented 5,000 years ago is still being presented today. I always like to start with definitions. Unity, the metaphysical meaning, is a link between the oneness of God, man, and all of creation. But unity is also diversity, and I call it a buffet of faiths, or something for everyone, because everybody's unique. We're all looking for something different. But the same message is conveyed by all religions and all faiths. And that message is, truth is universal. No one size fits all. So in this journey that I call Earth School, I believe all religions and faiths were created or established because man has lost his way morally. Yes, we have free will. So we can say religion or faith is a tool, just like a hammer or a book. It's a tool to use to remind us of who we are, where we have come from, and where we're going. And if there's anything common among all the faiths, it's this. It is the golden rule, do unto others as it is done unto you. And this is the truth that Sathya Sai Baba, through all his actions and endeavors, continues to reiterate. And it is that great truth that we see, speak, and do only good. So for me, there are 5 principles of truth of the faith that I am. 1, God is absolute, good, present everywhere. 2, all human beings have a spark of divinity within them, and their very essence is of God, and therefore they are inherently good. 3, human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. 4, prayer and meditation is communion with God and heightens the connection with God-mind. And 5, knowing and understanding the laws of life is not enough, but you also live this truth that you know. So what faith am I? The only reason I bring it up is because even though it's been around since before the Civil War, last year in 2024, the faith that I'm in and the SSSIO organization was invited to the Parliament of World Religions for the first time. That's a hint. It's new thought. So my favorite quote for the last 3 years by Chief Arval Lookinghorse of the Lakota, Dakota, Nakota nations. He says, each of us have come here in this place and this time to personally decide the future of humankind. Did you think you were here for something less? And that is the question. So you know what this means. We're here on Earth School, but why are you here now, the late 20th century, and here at the beginning of the 21st century? Obviously, it's to embark on this journey to literally transform our consciousness, our thinking, our behavior, to accelerate the unfoldment and upliftment of the collective, meaning humanity is transforming from human closer to being that divine, our true selves. And this is also directly related to the mission and purpose that Sai Baba came for, to restore Dharma and do service. In other words, to show us a better path, the path of unity, love, and truth, and to use our free will willingly to do so. Not everybody wants this. That's a little hard to swallow, but it is true. Everybody's at a different level of consciousness. But now, since Sai Baba is no longer here in form, guess what? It's our turn and our time. We're the ones we've been waiting for. We're the leaders for our future. Servant as leader. We're the ones to save ourselves, obviously with God's help, but we still have to do the work. We don't get off the hook that easily. But most of the work is forgiveness. So faiths or religions, but I prefer to use spirituality, no doctrine, dogma, or creed, is a means to expedite this process to unity. Truth is universal, and that truth, again, is there is only one. And my spiritual math is 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, until eternity is still 1. So in the end, unity of faith, faith singular, is the union of our individual faith, our confidence, our self-acceptance, our self-esteem, with, for, by, and as God within. So with that in mind, I'm ready to read our first quote. For Anu, panelist number 1. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God. He is omnipresent. So let's welcome Anu.
Loving Sairam to all the elders, brothers and sisters. Thank you, Cassandra, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts on this very powerful quote from Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, who many of us lovingly refer to as Swami. You know, this morning, our national president, in his welcome address, he concluded it with this very quote, Brother Harish. And Swami gave this in his divine discourse, Christmas discourse, 40 years ago. And to this day, so relevant, isn't it, in the times that we live in? This quote has very special meaning to me, and you'll understand why. In the summer of 2009, several devotees from America, many of whom I see in the audience here today, from our respective religions, we were on a pilgrimage to Parthi, Prashanti Nilayam, and I was part of Region 4 at that time. And Swami blessed us with an opportunity. Yes, you can clap. Swami blessed us with an opportunity to offer a culture offering to him. And we did a play on words, and the program was called, do you remember? United Sai America, a play on words, United States of America. And in fact, Dr. Jack Feely was our regional president then, and instead of saying devotees from Region 4, he said, devotees from the United States of America are offering this play at your lotus feet, Swami. And the crux of this play was exactly what our councilman alluded to this morning, showing that people from different backgrounds, different faiths, cultures, ethnicities, religions, can all come together in this one common goal of love. And the play concluded with this exact same quote. The protagonist of the play was Sage Narada, who went up to Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and said these exact words and invited Swami to America, who I believe is very much with us here today. I feel that what makes this quote special to me is love, the word love. And we've talked about it at length today from all the different speakers we've heard. That is the sentiment that has been echoed throughout. It's no coincidence I feel that this was the quote assigned to me. I feel the foundation of this quote itself is love, and this is a love that is boundless, it is limitless, it is something we all share with one another when we are there at lunch, when we see each other, when we smile, when we greet each other. And every religion promotes this universal value of love. Every propagator of every religion, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, this was the common message they all shared. With that, I'd like to turn it back to you, Cassandra. Thank you for this opportunity, Sairam.
Thank you, Anu. That was wonderful. Our second panelist, the quote. Of course, you must expect differences between the faith of one people and another. Religion has to satisfy the needs and temper of the facet of truth that most appeals to a people. The fauna and flora of one country are distinct from those of another. So too, it is foolish to expect that all men in all lands will adore the same name and form of God in the same manner for the same gains. You must respect the differences and recognize them as valid, so far as they do not smother the spark of unity. So let's welcome panelist 2, Ernie.
So let's take a look at this quote closely. Sai Baba says that we must expect differences. And that means that we have to respect these differences and learn about the various faiths and not presume that we really know them well until we study them. And we do this to a degree with our SSE, for sure, with curriculum on unity of faith. But perhaps as adults, like we have a scriptural committee for Swami's words, we might engage in more in-depth study of other faiths. Truth has different facets. The Rig Veda tells us that truth is one, and that sages call it by many names. And I'd like to add here that when we talk about faiths, we're usually talking about a pretty circumscribed group of them, and there's so much more out there, particularly the indigenous faiths from all over the world that we can learn from. And then Swami goes on and talks about the flora and the fauna of one country or another, and says that it's actually foolish for men in all lands to adore the same name and form of God. So he basically points out this wondrous reality of diversity. And the flora and the fauna, in terms of religious faith, is basically the culture of those faiths. So it's foolish to presume that we might have the sameness in everything. And so we should expect and enjoy learning about the differences. And finally, he tells us to respect all faiths and to recognize them as valid. And there's a caveat here, and that caveat is that the spirit of those faiths has to engender unity in diversity. As long as it doesn't smother that, then all faiths should flourish. And this implies a deep understanding of the essence of all religions. And he uses a word for this. He says, it's the rasa. It's the sweet juice that we want to know. Sairam.
Sairam, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Ernie. For panelist number 3, all religions have emphasized the same truths in their basic teachings, but very few people try to understand the inner significance of religions. All should develop awareness that, though names and forms may differ, the essential truth is one in all religions. First and foremost, establish truth in your heart. Thereafter, the other 4 human values of righteousness, peace, love, and nonviolence will reign in the world. Then there will be no violence at all in the world, and all human beings, irrespective of religion and nationality, will live in peace and harmony. So let's hear from Sadhana.
Sairam, thank you, Sister Cassandra, for the opportunity to reflect on this quote in particular. And I really resonate with the sharings and wisdom shared by both Brother Ernie and Sister Anu. And I think it gets to the core of this quote, which is what Swami is encouraging us to do, to realize the truth. And what is that truth? And Swami has put it so simply, to recognize that God is love and that God is one. And I think my own journey has been trying to understand this truth through various lived experiences. And as Swami says, try to get to the inner understanding of the significance of all religions and all faiths. So this quote actually reminded me of an experience that I had when I visited a Buddhist monastery. And there, I was actually engaging in conversation with a Christian pastor who was also visiting at this time. She was sharing with me her experience of how she had often, for many years of her life, put God into a box, believing that there was only really one name or form or way to connect with God. And she was sharing with me how at this stage, the reason why she was here at the monastery was to try to see God outside of that box she had put him in, to understand him through different views and different perspectives, recognizing that he is one, he exists in everyone, but also that he exists as this universal form of love. And that conversation inspired me to reflect on how I may knowingly or unknowingly place God into a box, and how too can I then try to see God and connect with him in the formless nature of love. So this led me and a few other young adults in the St. Louis area to then go participate in a Native American practice called a water blessing. The water blessing is a tradition that has been practiced by Native American women for generations and is done to express gratitude to the water spirits while also praying for the healing of the bodies of water that human beings have unfortunately polluted. When we arrived at the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri River, the Native American women began by singing a song to the water, or the river, and that song translated to, "Water, we love you, water, we thank you, and water, we respect you." And as they were singing, we saw the once still water begin to almost jump out onto the shore as if dancing and responding to the song and the love that was being sent out. Near the end of the blessing, they asked us if we would like to offer a prayer to the river, and we chanted the Gayatri Mantra, a universal prayer for love. And as we were chanting, the water responded in that same way with that same love. And this truly showed me that God is present in all, and when we can recognize God in that form of love, then we can truly connect with anyone and everyone and live those human values and live in harmony as brothers and sisters. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And now for our last panelist, Nirajan. Each religion seems to forget that God is all forms and all names, all attributes and all assertions. The religion of humanity is the sum and substance of all these partial faiths. For there is only one religion, and that is the religion of love. Let's welcome Nirajan.
Thank you. Thank you, Cassandra, Saram, brothers and sisters, children, and respected elders, knowledgeable ones who feel free to correct me later. I'm sharing one of my thoughts. So we did hear this morning that religion is one, there's only one God. But think of it, Brother Ernie made a point that God appeared in different forms in different time frames. And we see that as, oh, Jesus came in this time period, or Buddha came in so-and-so time period. So today, religion and conservatism is sort of intertwined with each other. Meaning, I practice Christianity or Buddhism for all my life, and looking at some other religion as the same as what I'm practicing is becoming a constraint because I'm conservatively following my set of values. And in this quote, we talked about the substance. The substance is nothing but the basic human values that we all practice, all across religions. And that is something which we find it hard to understand unless one steps out of these religious boundaries. For example, if I have to become a friend to a colleague, does the religion become a boundary or a limitation for me because he or she practices a different set of values? It is not, because I have to step out of that mindset to understand that, hey, what is that they're following? And in fact, I'm part of an interfaith group that is giving me an insight to other religions as well. And I find that over a period of time, it is not any different. It is the same set of values we all are practicing. How did I come to that conclusion is because I'm fortunate to be part of this group and part of Sai Baba group. We've been, from Dallas Sai Center, we've been inviting interfaith leaders to come sing bhajans or sing prayers in our Akhanda bhajans. We call it 24-hour non-stop prayer for word peace. Prayer for word peace, that's what we call it. So, and there are a lot of religious groups coming in and singing their own prayers. And we don't have any problem with that because his prayers is a prayer. And the second part is we're also stepping out of our own limitations, our own boundaries set by our own selves, to going into different organizations, different activities like reading Holocaust names in Jewish place, or Ramadan dinners, or Christmas parties, things like that, so that way we can cross that boundary and make a difference. The point I'm trying to make is this is an lack of awareness, and I also call it as understanding and misunderstanding. The reason is that we get so much of information from so much of different sources every day. It's an information overload. How do you process it? How do you understand what is right and wrong? I think learning from each other makes a big, huge difference to understand that this is only one religion, one God. And last but not the least, Swami, recent few decades probably ago, he changed the Loka Samasta to Samasta Loka. So he made a big scope difference there that covers a whole lot of lokas, just not our own loka. So that gives us a hint that we should cross our own set limitations. Thank you so much. Sairam.
Thank you, thank you. Let's have a round of applause for our panel members for their wisdom and insights on this topic. Thank you. So I have a takeaway from each panelist. For Anu, the word boundless kind of struck me, and how religion, the heart, humanity, and God are all boundless and expansive because there is only one. My takeaway from Ernie, truth is one. It's all semantics, you know, tomato, tomato, potato. It's all the same, regardless of how you pronounce it. My takeaway from Sadhana, oh, how wonderful. Her journey from confusion to clarity with the teachings of Sai spiritual education, with the understanding and vision that there is only one universal message of faith, whether you come from the East or from the West. And from Nirajan, What a way to wrap it up. Love is the key or the great unifier in all faiths and religions. So thank you, thank you, thank you again. So in closing, I'm just so grateful to Swami, to Sai Baba, to be able to stand in the presence of our anointed one. Everyone here is anointed. But I do think that the unity of faiths, it can be religion, philosophy, or any program that has anything to do with the 5 human values. They can offer guiding principles and knowledge and always play an important role in any perceived world crisis. So looking at it from the 30,000-foot view, even though it looks like chaos on the ground, something awesome is happening. Humanity is growing and evolving, and the forecast is for unity, U-N-I-T-Y. This is what all of mankind wants, like yesterday. But again, we have to do the work. But it's not only faith in unity or our religion, but we have to have unity and faith in all areas of our lives. So if we keep our hearts and minds focused, then God can help us do the rest to bring world unity into existence. The signs are around us. We're called to be more compassionate and collaborative and no country left behind, so that we can assure human happiness and progress. So I'm an optimist. Yes, we're all humans. We make mistakes. We're not animals. We do know how to reason. But I think a new human and a new earth is being matured, progressed, and birthed, and it's almost ready to be born. And I believe with all sincerity that there are enough people with the right attitude of mind, the right-minded outlook, and a unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, cosmic conscious from all 7 continents, that it's not just one nation, that we can do this thing. Just like we use thinking, our thoughts, to get us in this, what looks like a mess, it'll be thinking and our thoughts and imagination to get us out of it, to seek that freedom and cooperation and good between all nations. This is our destiny. So in the opening remarks, I had mentioned the quality of human beings, and there's some practices and work to be done. So you just have to find the one that best suits you in order for us to continue to grow and evolve. So don't be dismayed. So the Chief Arval quote, "What will each of us personally decide for humanity? How about no more wars? We can bring every faith and religion on the planet together, set aside those differences, and demand it of our so-called leaders, but we're the future leaders. How about forgiving the past? We don't have to be burdened by the past. It's behind us, it's gone, and we don't have to chase the future, just live in the now. How about not taking anything personally, less judging? Sai Baba says, make full use of me. I am always ready. So let's make Sai our charioteer, just like Krishna, make him the charioteer of our lives, starting now. Welcome everything. That means just accept everything as it is happening. So not to be the victim, know it's happening through you and not to you. Welcome everything and begin again. And obviously pray for all nations. So I'd like to remind us that about the thoughts again. I want to read the first 4 verses of the song Imagine by John Lennon, one of the Beatles. So I'm going to invite everyone in the audience right now to close their eyes and just go into your heart of hearts and just relax and listen. Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. Heaven is not a destination. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Yes, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm definitely not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will be as one. And continue with your eyes closed. Let us pray. All praise and thanksgiving to our beloved Swami, Om Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, Holy Spirit, Divine Presence, for this perfect day and this glorious conference and topic. We are here with open hearts and minds, knowing He is with us right here, right now, as we welcome the presence of our Divine Mother and Divine Father within, around, and as each one of us. In the name of God and all that is light, we devote, commit, and accept ourselves fully and completely to the truth that there is only love. I am love. You are love. We are love because we know that we know that we know that God, Swami, Spirit, Holy Presence, love each one of us infinitely, unconditionally, and unwaveringly. And in this knowing, we each accept this love and receive this love because we are the infinite love of God. And we dedicate ourselves to love as we are in service to the love that I am, you are, we are. We are grateful for the love that fills us now as we release all fear and pain, giving thanks that it has been transmuted into love. May we all think, speak, love, 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 and imagine and manifest it quickly into existence. And with that, we give thanks knowing that we are blessed and a blessing. And I'll take a moment to say peace of mind for all the families in the Kerrville, Texas area with the floods. A peaceful and joyous journey. We love you.
He loves us so much. He separated Himself from Himself to love Himself in each of us. We are called to be love. We are love. There is only one. And with that, we have a special surprise and gift for each one of you. There is only one religion, the religion of love, a special token magnet that you all will be able to take with you. They will be in baskets back on each side, the men's side and the women's side. It looks like Sister Elaine is sharing them too. But please enjoy. This will be a token, treasure, and memory for all of us. Yes. And next, to close out this segment, we are going to have Sister Anu come to the floor with a few other sisters and all of us to sing Sarvadharma Prema Deva. And I would just like to read the lyrics in English. Glory to the Lord Sathya Sai, who fosters all faiths and religions. He is verily the embodiment of Allah, Christ, Buddha, Nanak, Zoroaster, Muhammad, Ram, and Krishna. Please play the Sai Darshan video as we sing.
Sai Ram. Request everyone to please follow along. Swami gives a very unique interpretation for the word unity. He says unity is not a combination of many. It is a realization of oneness. And developing love will help us in our quest to developing this oneness. Please join.
Sarvadharma Priya Deva Sarvadharma Priya Deva Sathya Sai Deva Sathya Sai Deva Sathya Sai Deva Sathya Sai Deva Allah Yeshu Buddha और नानक अल्लाह यीशु बुद्धा और नानक ज़ोराष्ट्र महावीर तुम हो ज़ोराष्ट्र महावीर तुम हो राम भी तुम हो कृष्ण भी तुम हो राम भी तुम हो कृष्ण भी तुम हो विश्व रूप तुम हो विश्वरूप तुम हो साई विश्वरूप तुम हो
loving Sairam. Please give them another hand for this amazing panel discussion and inspiration. You have given us so much to think about and reflect on. And your prayer, Reverend Cassandra, was so powerful. I really felt the unity in our hearts and our spirits moving forward from now forward. All I can think about is a united Psi America, right? Loving Simon, thank you. And now for our next segment, Unity in SSIO. As we all know, one of our beloved gifts from our Lord is singing, music. It's the universal language bringing us all together, healing, creating connections, making our heart burst with so much joy and praise in Him. It elevates our energy, and you know, like the water blessing, everything moves with that type of energy, like bhajans and songs. And growing up, I always sang gospel songs in the church. So it always lifts us and lifts our spirit. So with that, we invite the devotional team to sing for us and really lift our hearts, the Unity and SSIO music.
In a world filled with diversity, be it names, forms, or faiths, what is the deepest form of unity that connects us all? Can the melodies of service, spiritual education, and love lead us to the same divine source? Tonight, as we journey through the prayers of different faiths, let's take a moment to reflect and discover for ourselves how the path of unity is the path to God. Like notes in a symphony, each soul carries the same divine essence, unique in expression, yet part of the same one sacred melody. To serve another is to honor the divine within them and experience the unity. As Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba says, service to man is service to God. Likewise, in Christianity, we learn from the life of Jesus Christ, who exemplified service, sacrifice, and compassion for mankind.
Fragrance in the breeze from the flowers and the trees, and the music of the birds as they fly across the sky. Angelic symphony, an enchanting harmony. Now I see it, there's a unity where one we are divine. There is love, there is bliss, there is joy, there is peace. From this world we can learn God's creation is all one. We are love, we are bliss, we are joy.
Just as do, re, mi, and sa, re, ga, ma are different scales of the same universal music, different faiths sing the glory of the same divine. But who is this God that we ultimately serve? The Mool Mantra of the Sikh faith offers a clear and beautiful answer. Ik Onkar, there is only one God. Karta Purakh, He is the Creator. Akal Murat, He is beyond time and form. When we open our hearts to this truth, as taught by Guru Nanak, we begin to understand not just the path, but the very destination of our spiritual journey.
Once we recognize the power of unity and divinity and open our hearts to Him, the next step on the path is surrender. True surrender means knowing that everything is His blessing and trusting Him to guide us through the seasons of hardship. Chaye kahin jo gera andhera, when a deep darkness descends. Teri ata se aaye savera, you bring the brightness of dawn. In the Islamic tradition, Allah is Al-Wali, the protecting friend, the one who never abandons his devotee. Our beloved Swami reminds us the same. Why fear when I am here? He is our protector, our shelter, our everlasting refuge.
तेरा तेरी अता से आए सवेरा
करम अपना कर दिया, अपना बनाया तुमने।
किसी का एहसान क्यों उठाए, किसी को हालात क्यों बताए, तुम ही से मांगेंगे तुम ही दोगे, तुम्हारे दर से लौटके। ये सब तुम्हारा करम है आका, ये सब तुम्हारा करम है आका।
ये बात अब तक बनी हुई है,
ये सब तुम्हारा करम है आका।
ये बात अब तक बनी हुई है। वाहिद भी तू, विर्द तेरे नामों का, विर्द तेरे विर्द तेरे नामों का, विर्द तेरे नामों का हो रहा तू
In whichever form of God we connect with, one truth shines ever brighter. Everything we have and everything we are by His grace. Swami, you are the joy in our hearts, the breath in our prayers, and the light in our lives. Tujh mein hamari zindagi basi hai. In you, our very life is anchored. We come to you with empty hands, and you fill them with more than we could ever ask for. It is always your boundless grace that leads us towards unity and enlightenment.
धड़कता है तेरा नाम लेके, चेहरे पे रंगे बहार, ओ तुम्हीं से पाऊं खुशियाँ साई, ओ मुझ में भी तेरी खुशबू समाई है। जो भी आया तुमने खुशियों से झोली भरी है।
तेरे दर पे जो भी आया ओ मेरे साईं बाबा, खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
झोली भरी है ओ बाबा, झोली भरी है। खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
नजरें उठी है तेरे जलवे में, तेरे चरणों में जन्नत बसी है। तुझ में हमारी सांसें बसी है, तुझ में हमारी सांसें बसी है। तेरे दर पे जो भी आया हो मेरे साईं बाबा, खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
मोहब्बत ने भर दी है दूरी दिलों की, साई के बंदे अब हम हुए हैं। धनी समान धनी दमगरी नीदसा समगम धनि धम धनि रि स धनि धम सानि धनि धम नि धम 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 ग स गम धनि स गम धनि स गम धनि। मोहब्बत ने भर दी है दूरी दिलों की,
मोहब्बत ने भर दी है दूरी दिलों की।
दूरी दिलों की ओ बाबा, दूरी दिलों की। मोहब्बत ने भर दी है दूरी दिलों की।
मोहब्बत ने भर दी है दूरी दिलों की।
आया है जब से ये प्यार तुम्हारा, तेरे लिए जीते और हम मिटे। तुझसे हमारी जिंदगी बनी है, तुझसे हमारी जिंदगी बनी है। तेरे दर पे जो भी आया हो मेरे साईं बाबा, खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है।
महताब है साई खुदा, तू क्या है? तेरे ही रहमत से दुनिया बसी है।
बनाई जब मोहब्बत,
बनाई जब मोहब्बत,
बंदों ने तेरे ही की है इबादत।
बंदों ने तेरे ही की इबादत।
कैसे बताओ दिल क्या है,
पे है वारी
जानो जिगर तुझ पे है वारी
हमको बनाया तुमने साई एहसास ये दिल को हुआ हमें बनाया तुमने साई एहसास ये दिल को हुआ चारों तरफ तेरा शफक अब गुलजार हुआ है तेरे दर पे जो भी आया वो मेरे साईं बाबा खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
झोली भरी है ओ बाबा झोली भरी है खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी झोली भरी है
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी
मेरे बाबा
खुशियों से तुमने सबकी
प्यारे साईं प्यारे बाबा
As we end the near of the spiritual journey, there is a quiet sense of unity woven through every prayer, every song, every name of God. Devotional singing has the ability to unite people together. It has the power to transcend language barriers, to connect people of all ages and backgrounds, and create a sense of unity in the community. Please enjoy this final offering, a Sarva Dharma Bhajan medley, a blend of languages, faiths, and melodies to show our love for Sri Sathya Sai Baba.
Allahu Akbar Allahu Akbar Allahu Akbar Allahu Akbar अवल अल्लाह नूर पाया कुदरत के सब बंदे एक नूर पे सब जग बजियारा ओ बंदे कौन भले ओ बंदे
राम हरे हरे
Wow, if we don't feel unity and love in our hearts right now, we never will. That was fabulous. Thank you so much for such a beautiful conclusion to our program. And of course, always the signature. Hello? Thank you. The ending word, it ended on that. But we still have our beloved Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's divine discourse, and then ending with a prayer song. So we hope you will all join us again tomorrow morning. We have workshops, we have poetry, we have esteemed guest speakers. So please join us, and we look forward to seeing you at dinner. But now let us round out our day with our beloved Lord's special divine discourse and prayer. Loving Sai Ram.
Embodiments of divine Atma, you've all been doing different kinds of sadhanas. Enough of doing these sadhanas. From now on, focus on putting these sadhanas into practice.
ఏది చెప్పుతున్నామో, ఏది తలస్తున్నామో, ఏది మనం చేస్తున్నామో, ఈ మూడింటి యొక్క ఏకత్వాన్ని మనం నిరూపించాలి.
You need to practice the unity of thought, word, and deed.
అది ఏది ప్రాపర్ స్టడీ ఆఫ్ mankind is man. అది అప్పుడు నీవు మానవుడిగా రూపొందుతావు.
The proper study of mankind is man. That's when you really become a true human being.
ఈ మూడింటి యొక్క ఏకత్వమే కింద కాకపోతే మనస్ అన్యత్, వచస్ అన్యత్, కర్మణ్ అన్యత్, దురాత్మనం, నీవు దురాత్ముడిగా మారిపోతావు.
And it's in this context that if you can't unify your thoughts, words, and deeds, and instead you let them go in 3 different directions, then you're a duratma. You're far from Atma.
అందుకోసమనే హార్ట్, హెడ్, హ్యాండ్, ఇది 3HV. ఈ మూడింటి ఎందుకు కూడా మనము సరైనటువంటి ఆచరణలో నిరూపించాలి, ఆదర్శంగా మనం నిరూపించాలి.
So, by practicing the unity of head, heart, and hands, these 3 H's, we will show ourselves as model human beings.
Today, all our spirituality is becoming just a big show. We give big speeches. We show up for various service projects. And we sing bhajan. And engage in many other kinds of sadhanas.
What is the use of all this if we are not uniting the 3, thoughts, words, and deeds?
We
have to overcome the tamoguna of inaction and experience unity.
Only then will we be blissful.
Only then can we achieve the awareness of Atma.
Atma cannot be found in one place or another.
Atma doesn't move around.
Don't think that God goes from one place to another.
When God is all pervasive, how can he travel?
Divinity can neither come nor go.
So when we practice these things properly, we'll experience bliss.
Unity is essential.
True happiness emanates from unity.
ఎంత కార్యమైన నెగ్గవచ్చు, చిన్న చీమలు చేరి సర్పంబునను బట్టి చంపుచుండుట లేదా జగతి యందు, ఐకమత్యమే సుఖము అందరి క్షేమంబు.
Unity is happiness and the well-beingness of all, and any kind of task can be accomplished.
In this world, small ants can get together, get hold of a snake, and kill it.
ఐకమత్యం అందరూ ఒక్కటిగా చేరిందంటే ఎంత సుఖం, నా వెనక ఇంకా 10 మంది ఉన్నారు అనేటువంటి ధైర్యము, ఆనందము, ఉత్సాహము, ప్రోత్సాహాన్ని కూడా చేకూరుస్తుంది.
Unity, when we are all together, can be very joyful. When we know there are 10 individuals behind us that will help, we have courage, joy, encouragement, and motivation.
అందరూ ఐకమత్యంగా పనిచేసి ఎంతటి కార్యాన్నైనా మనం సాధించవచ్చు.
If we all work together, any task can be accomplished.
చిన్న చిన్న చీమలన్నీ చేరి పెద్ద సర్పాన్ని కూడా చంపేస్తుండేది మనం చేస్తున్నాం.
Even small ants working together kill big snakes.
కనుక మానవత్వం అనేటువంటిది ఐకమత్యంగా ఉంటుంటే మనం సాధించలేనటువంటిది ఏమిటుంది ఈ జగత్తులో.
When there's unity among mankind, there's nothing that can't be done.
ఐకమత్యం ఎప్పుడు మనకు లభిస్తుంది?
So how can we get this unity?
మన హృదయాలు పవిత్రము గావించుకున్నప్పుడే ఈ ఐకమత్యం అనేటువంటిది మనకు లభిస్తుంది.
Only when we purify our hearts, that's how we achieve this kind of unity.
ఈ హృదయాలు పవిత్రమైనప్పుడే దివ్యత్వం అనే దాన్ని మనం అందులో ప్రతిబింబ చేసుకుంటాం.
Only when we purify our hearts is divinity reflected there.
కనుక యూనిటీ నుండి ప్యూరిటీ నుండి డివినిటీ, ఈ మూడింటి ఎందుకు కూడా మనం అభివృద్ధి కావాలి. కానీ ఈనాడు యూనిటీ లేదు, ప్యూరిటీ లేదు, డివినిటీ లేదు, ఓన్లీ కమ్యూనిటీ. దీన్ని పట్టుకొని అల్లాడుతున్నాము. వీడు నావాడు, వాడు నా, ఇదా మనం సాధించవలసినటువంటి ఈ తుచ్చమైనటువంటి యొక్క ఈ తుచ్చభావాన్ని దూరం చేసి యూనిటీ, మనం అందరూ ఒక దైవం బిడ్డలము, మన అందరి యందు ఉన్నటువంటి దైవం ఒక్కడే. ఏ జాతి, మతము, కులము, భేదము, వర్ణములు అనేటువంటి దాన్ని దూరము నెట్టి అందరూ ఒక అన్నతమ్ముల వలె, ఒక ఆత్మస్వరూపుల వలె మెలిగినప్పుడే ఇదే మానవత్వము, ఆనాడే దేశము నిత్య కళ్యాణంగా రూపొందుతుంది.
So unity brings us to purity, and purity leads us to divinity. We have to experience this. Nowadays, there is no unity, no purity, no divinity, only community. We are struggling with this. This individual is mine, the other is not. Is this what we want to determine? Do not degrade yourself to this low-level thinking. Unity. We are all children of one God. He is the only one dwelling within us. There are no differences in caste, creed, or faith. Drive these away. We are all brothers and sisters. We are all having the same Atma. This is the proper study of mankind, and this is when the country will become prosperous.
కనుక ఈ సంకుచితమైనటువంటి భావాలను మనం నెట్టివేయాలి.
So give up this narrow-mindedness and petty thinking.
అందరినీ ప్రేమిస్తూ పోవాలి.
Develop true love towards all people.
అంటే ఏమి, ఏదో వికారమైనటువంటి ప్రేమలో పోయి మరి ప్రమాదాలు తెచ్చుకోకూడదు.
What does that mean? Not superficial love. That will get you into trouble.
అనగా ద్వేషము లేకుండా చూసుకోవాలి. అద్వేష్ట సర్వభూతానాం.
Develop this kind of love that is free from hatred and evil.
ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క ప్రేమతత్వాన్ని మనం పెంచుకోవాలి. అప్పుడే మన యొక్క జీవితము, మన యొక్క దైవత్వము, దివ్యత్వము ఏకత్వంగా మారిపోయి ఆనందాన్ని అభివృద్ధి చేకూరుస్తుంది.
Only then will our lives become sanctified and divine, and only then will we experience unity and true happiness.
Spread its wings, fly across the earth, and bring new joy to every
Sai Ram. So one more announcement. We would like to invite you to reconvene here for a devotion and inspiration program at 7:45 after dinner, okay? Oh, in the SSE hall. Thank you, Shrikant. Sai Ram, everyone.